We're dreamers, don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers, don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way.
Right, big job day today, and that is our gas. And I've fitted the brackets under here. So we've gone for an underslung tank. I've forgotten how many kgs it is, but it's 70 litres. So it's a fairly big tank. It is 3 times the size of the one we've got on the Citroen Relay. So in winter, when we're using all the gas systems pretty hard, we should be able to last, what would we be able to last? About a month. And in summertime, we should just fill the tank up spring, and it should do us all the way to autumn, hopefully. So yeah, big tank. So we're gonna put it underslung. We've got these mounting brackets that we've got as part of the kit. So with this one, you have to build your own kit, and what that means is you have to assemble it yourself using the kit that you've built, which is different to the one on the Citroen Relay, because the one I put on the Citroen Relay, which was also on underslung, that came as a pre-built kit, so it was just sort of really a case of plugging it in and going. This one we have to fit. So I understand gas is one of these subjects where people will say, oh, get a professional to do it. I'm gonna do it. And that's not because I'm a professional, because I'm not, but it's a fairly simple system. I'm gonna do it myself, and then we're gonna get it signed off to make sure it's all done right, all done complete. The brackets are on, so we've screwed them to the aluminium frame of the lorry, so that, you know, they're not going to go absolutely anywhere. Now this is probably the best place for the tank, or it is the best place for the tank. It's the same side as the diesel and AdBlue, which means when we're pulling up at a petrol station, we can fill up with diesel, AdBlue if necessary, and if we need it, we can get LPG all on that same side without the need to mess around, which is good. So I've got someone coming up to help me. I've got Tom, the owner of this place, coming up to help me get the tank on, because it's fairly heavy. So he will be coming up to give me a hand lifting it in place, and then once it's in place, we'll figure out the best place for the filler bit, which will go through the side here. And there is a few people that are a little bit scared of gas being obsolete. I don't see that personally. I think gas is going to be around for a long time, especially you head out onto the continent and there is loads of the stuff. So yeah, we're not worried about that either. Awesome.
Right, so we stopped filming the LPG system yesterday for a few different reasons. Firstly, he lost his camera woman because I went out to Costa with Jack. We were long overdue a Costa date because he'd bought me a little gift card for my birthday, which was 2 months ago. So I was like, we've got to fit that in. So we went out and had a nice little Costa. Back here, Rick was still working on the LPG, but it was a bit stressful because Teddy was whinging and Rick was concentrating on trying to get the LPG done and figuring all that out, so didn't have time to pick up the camera and share it all with you. Not that you'd want to hear our Teddy screaming and having a tantrum. So that was that. So he's back out today finishing off the LPG, and then hopefully he's going to get that done soon, and then we're off somewhere exciting because we are going to go and pick up the wood that we need for panelling the back of the lorry, the kids' bedroom area, because I'll show you now, because you might just be able to see it there, our back panels have arrived. Here they are, these massive white panels. So they're going to be replacing the back doors, the barn doors that we've currently got on the back of the lorry. These ones here.
Right, we're just going to do a quick once over check before we head off. That's a tyre. Yeah. Okay, that's all good. We'll head off.
There's something about you that caught my eye. There's something so true that sparks a light. And I don't believe in love first sight, but I can't deny this thing I found. I'm not saying that you would change my life, but what I'm saying is you make me come alive.
Okay guys, we have a big couple of days coming up, and two exciting days, because we're going to be putting the back panels on. So they were delivered, they're looking good, they're really lightweight. So we'll show you those in a bit, but first I'm going to start getting prepared for battening out the back section, because one of the things we need to work with is once the back panels are on, I can no longer access through the back. So that's terrible. There we go, there's a bit better light there. There we go, you can see me now. At the minute, we're getting all the sheet timber through the back of the lorry, the truck. So once those back panels are on, I don't have that access. I can only use the side door, and I don't want to be getting big sheets of ply and all that through that door. So need to think how we're going to do this. I've got a mate turning up to help me in maybe 20 minutes. So I'm going to get some battens cut, and yeah, we'll see what the plan of attack is, because he might have a better way of doing it than I do.
We know this is slightly controversial because lots of you told us to keep the back doors on so we can enjoy the view. But honestly, it just didn't make sense with the kids' beds being at the back. Plus, it's going to save us a lot of weight, which we all know is crucial in this build.
Right, so we just cut with the jigsaw to test it. We're also going to test the circular saw to see what's going to be better, because it's a straight line. The circular saw is going to be best, but it's a thicker blade, so we'll see how it's going to react with the fiberglass. I think that's pretty decent, to be fair.
Circular saw.
Go for the circular saw, I think. Okay, so we're nearly ready to put the panel on. So we've drilled some pilot holes into the steel frame of the lorry. We've then drilled some 6mm holes in the board. So we're going to put it in place, put a line along the bottom, get it gunked up with a bit of CT1, and then screw it into position. So yeah, let's go.
Just leave it like that, babe.
Now, to be fair, Matt, we won't need to do that corner there.
Today. Leave it like that, babe.
It's the word babe.
So Essex today.
It's just that word.
She says babe.
Look, we have it like that, couldn't we?
We could do. Now, the thing is, we should now have barn doors up the top.
Oh, just the smaller version?
Yeah, smaller barn doors at the top.
So whilst the boys are busy in the lorry doing all of the heavy work, I'm in the van getting it all cleaned up and ready to be sold, because the buyer is coming in a week's time. A week today, we are selling this van and we're going to be moving into the lorry. So obviously it's getting that ready. We're a bit last minute on for moving in. We don't have beds yet. So it's all a bit manic. And then obviously we've got to focus on this as well. So it's very busy, and we're making it easier for ourselves. Obviously we've got a bit of help today. I've got no children. The children are their grandparents, so that's a big help and just means that we can crack on. So let's get to it.
It's mad to think that we've actually spent the last year, well over a year, actually living in this tiny van. It's been a massive part of our lives. It's home for us. And you know what? I think we will actually miss it.
Right, so I'm not going to show you too much of my cleaning because that's a bit boring, but it has made me realise that I should probably clean a bit more often because it's absolutely sparkling in here already. Right, we'll go and see what the boys are up to. How's it going, boys?
Getting there.
Yeah?
Average.
Average? That doesn't sound good.
No, everything's cut and ready to go, so we're now just going to get these on. So what we've got is these T pieces, so nice T edging. So I had to cut two sections out, so this will basically sit on the outside.
Okay, nicely.
And will nice neaten up the join.
Yep.
Between the two, and then yeah, look nice. So just getting it masticed up, CT'd one.
And then that's the second piece going on?
That's the second piece going on. So we're using self-tapping construction screw type things, what they call self-drilling screws. So we've drilled pilot holes into the metal, and it basically gets screwed to the metal frame with CT1. And then once it's all fixed in position, we'll use battens, batten the back side of it, and then we'll have a separate bit of CT1 which will just go around, make it all nice and neat.
Nice.
Cable's going to be a bit tricky, this bit. We'll have to put it in and get the ladder here.
Okay.
Oh, God, I'll pass that.
You good?
I think so. Ready to come down?
Okay, I'm ready to come down. Let's come down. Okay, we're sitting on the panel. We're sitting on the we're going to have to come slightly away.
I'm in.
Oh, there we go.
So with the back panel now on, our attention turned to the inside of the Tory and finishing off the flooring of the back, as well as insulating the walls ready for panelling up. Time is ticking, so there really isn't any messing about now.
Oh, I've got to whip that. What's that duck doing up there? There we go, our floor's all the way down. Woo! Right.
Open them.
You want to see what's in underneath?
Open them.
Right, let's have a look.
9,
You ready?
8, 7, 6, 5.
Another door. There you go.
It's like a magic. It's like a magic trick.
Back door. Whoa, that's so cool.
So that's gotta be
What does it feel like? It's not good properly.
fiberglass.
Smooth. Fiberglass. Fiberglass.
So that's gonna be the back of the lorry, guys. That's the new back door.
That is so cool. Yeah, so cool. Do you want to see inside, guys? Oh, what it looks like.
Watch out your head. Watch your head.
Come on, let's see what it looks like from the inside.
Right, guys. So we're gonna get these back doors off. So Matt has bought his Iveco. It's perfect because the flatbed level is the same level as the bottom of the door, so we can rest the door on the flatbed, knock the bolts out, and hopefully they're not too heavy and we can just lay them down. That is the plan. He messes around, doesn't he?
We'll just put a ticking clock on the screen.
Yeah, should we have a cup of tea? Hey, this is a family channel. Sorry.
He did say he didn't want to make an idiot out of himself.
There we go, look.
Hey!
Oh, the test of time. How heavy are these doors? Okay, laying down. Tell you what, there feels like there's a bit of weight there. A bit looser. Look at that. What you got?
Toast.
Bovril on toast.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You classy bird. Is it good?
Yeah.
It's just beef on toast.
You like it. You like the drinks.
The drinks, the Bovril drinks you used to get. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
All sorted. Easy. 10 minutes work that. How are you, Kira? You eating your Bovril? Working hard?
My Bovril was very nice.
Was it? Mm-hmm. I reckon there's at least 40 kg each per door.
I think.
Easy.
Now that's the real test.
Okay, you ready? Tell me when you're holding it.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
Oh, it's alright.
Can you pick it up like we did?
No. I
No.
wouldn't be able to do
There's
that.
at least there's at least 40 in that.
I reckon it's 40 to 45.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's heavy, that's my estimation.
And these panels are probably about 15ish, I'd have said.
Big difference.
So if these are 45, that's 30. So we've saved 60 kg there or thereabouts.
Watch your toes.
Watch my toes.